Joining me today is Steve Kent, the Executive Director of Insight Recovery Treatment Center. Welcome.
Hey Dennis, thanks man. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for joining me today. So this is pretty exciting. It's a fairly new recovery treatment center that has just opened. Let's get started talking about you though, and how you came to do what you do, and your recovery journey.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so we talked briefly a few years ago, kind of, everything and like who I am, but you know, I was a resident in Stoneham. I grew up there, lived there most of my life. And for me, it was kind of I come from a great family, great community. I played a lot of sports. I was captain of the high school football team. And it was later in life, more so college, was when I really started to, dabble with drugs and alcohol. And, it became a little more than just, having fun on the weekends with my friends. And it was consuming for me. It it was my relief from reality for when things didn't feel okay internally. Um, and with all that being said, it was a struggle for years. I really wasn't too sure entirely what was wrong with me. Concerning the fact that I was good at sports, I had good grades, I was intelligent. I was able to do regular life things. I always had a job, but when it came to drugs and alcohol, I was never able to just fully put it down.
Mhm.
Um, and then, my journey was, throughout my 20s, really in and out of outpatient centers, sober houses, detoxes, giving it my honest effort, but just unable to pull it all together. Um, and the process I found to be most helpful was through the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. And that really changed my life is, that whole process. It gave me the purpose I was looking for. Um, I felt purposeless. I was depressed. I had anxiety, diagnosed with, a bunch of different things, but it wasn't until, I gave this process a full step, a full effort that, I found the purpose in helping others, and it kind of developed the rest of my adult life over the past few years in recovery and really every aspect of my life. I found that helping others is essentially my true calling. It's something I enjoy, something I like to do. I like to see other people get better, and I do my best to help anyone that needs it.
Mhm.
Um,
And so, building on that, you've opened a facility for other people seeking recovery, correct?
yeah, yeah. So
Why don't you talk about that, the programs that are available, and what you hope to accomplish with Insight Recovery.
yeah, of course. So yeah, throughout the years, I've done a couple of different things. I started with a nonprofit to scholarship people. Um, and then after that, it was a 12 steps over living house. And then now we're doing an outpatient center in Winchester. So, it's local to our community. And what that is, it's day and night treatment, right? It's pretty accommodating for anyone looking for treatment, right? It's insurance based. We do scholarship a lot of people in here, people who don't have insurance or insurances that I guess wouldn't get approved. Our main mission is to help people.
Hmm.
But as far as the day to day, it's 12 step facilitators, 12 step groups. I run a lot of groups myself.
Hmm.
And then we have evidence-based treatment with different types of therapy and groups based on that with licensed mental health clinicians.
Hmm.
So basically, you could be here all day from 9 to 3, or you could be part of the night program after work, which is roughly 5 to 8, right?
Hmm.
Because in my past, I would work all day and then I would put recovery on the back burner, but this is more accommodating for people who are struggling but trying for after work.
Hmm. Now, what is the difference with outpatient and sort of people that need the living environment, the sober living environment.
Yeah, so it kind of goes hand in hand, right? I like I said, outpatient is to be accommodating, and it's for people who, don't necessarily need to be in a lockdown facility. So you have the freedom to come and go outside of the group hours. You can come back and go with your family. You can go to work, and the sober house kind of supplements that. Is the guys or girls can come here during the day, and then they go back to their sober house and work on the spirituality, whatever kind of recovery treatment they're getting there.
So now you guys are out and about in the community. Why don't you talk a little bit about some of the things that you do, to get your name out and to let people know that this service is available.
Yeah. So between myself and the sober house and the other people that work here, we're trying to get involved with just being out in these towns that we're in. I signed up for some farmer markets in Winchester and Melrose I mean, not really anything other than just to let the cities know that that we're here, that we
Mhm.
all we want to do is help kind of destigmatize recovery. But yeah, I try to get out and just see if there's anything I can do. Sometimes we volunteer in Mass Ave with certain groups.
Mhm.
And really I've just been going to a bunch of different towns and cities and seeing if there's any way that we can volunteer or offer our services to people in need.
Mhm. And you also host events, correct? Sometimes.
Yeah, especially for the nonprofit. Wings of Strength, I've done, a good amount of fundraisers. We've done cornhole,
Mhm.
we've done stand-up comedy, we've just done, just an event in general with, a bunch of raffle items. And yeah, that's been really helpful to the community in general. People looking for gym memberships, sober living memberships, yoga, meditation classes. So it's yeah.
And so you've been involved with the Stoneham Coalition for many, many years. I know probably before it was even called the Stoneham Coalition for a Safe and Healthy Community. And we've been through a couple of different name changes.
Mhm.
And sort of off that is the group that goes down to Mass Ave, the Hope for Boston's Homeless, where they're collecting items for homeless people. I know, and at the Stoneham Recovery Fest in the past, you've told your story. Um, and yeah, we definitely appreciate you doing that for us. So, why don't you talk a little bit about your involvement with the coalition and what you do?
Yeah, and I'm gonna try very hard not to single anyone's name out just in case I forget someone, but really just the community of Stoneham in general, right? It's just seeing from my perspective growing up there, and then myself and a lot of the, I guess we'll call them the kids I grew up with, it had a lot of substance use issues, right? And then seeing these parents of these children, getting involved and starting the coalition, and some of them, facilitating family meetings, working with the police department to just help people, within the community. And it's really, it's all like those group of people, and they're going out on Mass Ave, they're handing out clothes and backpacks, right? Just out of the kindness of their heart. And it's just it proves to me that it's Stoneham and just this general area is an amazing place to be.
Mhm.
Um, I really don't do much, right? I try. So like anything that they ask me for, if they need someone for the sober house, or if there's they want volunteers to help on a Mass Ave, or just anything, I try to make myself and my friends available for that. So it's I'm definitely grateful to be part of this community.
Mhm. You can meet Steve and learn more about Insight Recovery Treatment Center at Recovery Fest on the Stoneham Common this Saturday, September 28th from 3 to 6 p.m. Steve, you've spoken at the event in the past, and this year, one of your first people that received treatment in your house is going to speak, correct?
Yes, yeah. Matt Andrews, he's going to share his story. He was the first person to come through Insight Recovery. He works at Meta Addiction Treatment now, so it's that's one of those things where I'm just really grateful for the community and the opportunity I've been in to watch someone get better and then now give back.
Yeah. Yes, so the Recovery Fest is, co-sponsored by the Stoneham Coalition and Hope for Boston's Homeless to kind of, the idea is to sort of make a fun day on the Common that brings people out. There'll be a local band, Neil and Co., performing, and we'll have the guest speakers, like I said, and we'll also have information tables for a wide variety of recovery programs and services, and it kind of it gives people sort of, they may not be wanting to call around or go put themselves out there, but just walking around the Common, just chatting with people, kind of, it's a much more laid back sort of communication rather than trying to a hard sales push as far as trying to get people into recovery. But a lot of people learn about programs that they never thought they would need or think they might never need, but then when the need does come up, they remember, who they met on the Common and what programs are available out there. So that is sort of the idea with Recovery Fest, and we really appreciate you participating in it.
Yeah, of course. It's definitely a family friendly event. It's a town event. Yeah, there is, we'll have a table there. We have, things to hand out, sweatshirts and stuff, but
Mhm.
it's just good to have the whole community there and, see everyone working together, having fun.
Yeah. I appreciate it. And we it's also a fundraiser for the coalition in which the proceeds from Recovery Fest actually fund sober living scholarships for people that may not have the resources to be able to afford or the insurance to be able to afford sober living when they need it. So that's always very exciting. There'll be raffles and lawn games for kids, just all kinds of stuff happening on September 28th from 3 to 6 at the Stoneham Common. Well, Steve Kent, Executive Director with Insight Recovery Treatment Center, thank you for joining us today for Coalition Chat, and we look forward to connecting again.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity to share my story and, my new outpatient center.